Let's talk about inequalities. So first off, just looking at the real number line. So it's a line with generally you'll see arrows on each end indicating it goes on forever. Somewhere in there we have a point marked 0. That's the origin. From there we count from to the right positive numbers 1, 2, 3, whatever the spacing between 0 and 1 is the scale. You would then follow for the rest of the numbers. Going the other direction from 0 is negative, -1, -2, -3, etc. So an individual point, if we're indicating like just the number -3, that's indicated with a dot, that's called an isolated point. So it's just that single number. Anything else, we have like pieces of the number line, then that would actually contain infinitely many individual values. So we either have a dot or we have a piece that contains more than one. And as soon as it's not just a point, it's infinitely many values. The whole number line is made up of infinitely many individual numbers, all squeezed together. So there are no gaps in it. The whole line is covered. So inequalities have to do with where numbers are relative to each other on that number line. So this symbol read less than, A is less than B. That's over here. That means A is to the left of B on the number line. A is greater than B would mean A is to the right of B on the number line. And then you have the ones with the line under them that mean they could be equal along with either the less than or the greater than. And then you can switch. If you switch the order of the inequality from, so A is less than B, you can switch that to say that means B is greater than A. All right, so graphing inequalities, in this course, you're going to use parentheses if it's less than or greater than, and you're going to use square brackets if it's less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to. And I read those in the opposite order. That's greater than and less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. But as long as the inequality has the variable first, so it's x less than, x greater than, it starts with the x and then the number, then the direction of the inequality matches with the direction that the arrow is going to point on the graph. So looking at some examples, graphing x greater than 4, it's starting with x, so we're going to have an arrow pointing that direction, and it's greater than, not greater than or equal to, so we'll have parentheses at 4. So that's what it's going to look like in general. If you have a number line that you're starting with that's labeled, then you would start with that parentheses at 4, and you would have the arrow going to the right. While these will be multiple choice in your math lab, it is good to be able to sketch those graphs and know what they should look like. X less than or equal to 5, we're going to have an arrow pointing to the left, matching the inequality. Because it's less than or equal to, we'll have a square bracket at the 5. So if we have a labeled number line, I didn't give myself enough space, but we'd have the bracket there at the 5, and it would go all the way. 3 greater than x, in order to graph this correctly, I'm going to switch it around. So this is the same as x less than 3. So I'm going to have the arrow pointing to the left with parentheses at 3. So if you're just sketching for yourself, you really this is all you would need to get the gist of what the graph should look like. And then as you're looking at potentially the multiple choice on Math Lab, just make sure you're finding, the right direction arrow, the right parentheses versus square brackets, and that starting point is where it's supposed to be on the actual graph that's shown. But that's inequalities, just the basic information of inequalities, what they mean, how to graph them.